Recording resolution 3507.
Alex, I'm in. Anything I need to know before I start up this chair?
Every NSN is different, man, so I'm not sure what to expect. I'm guessing you'll end up in some kind of virtual conference room. No one else should be in there.
And if they are?
They'll see you as Miller, so say something snippy and log off.
Okay. Where do I find these stored conversations?
Hell if I know. This is your plan. But holographic recordings take up a lot of virtual memory, so you may have to look in several places.
I'll just have to play it by ear.
Exactly. The whisper chip is still in place, though, so we'll both know when you've done it. Good luck, Adam.
This is different.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on ARC.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at VersaLife, Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send the reports if you want me to prove it. Because ARC doesn't operate in North America.
Place call Hong Kong Alpha 10 priority message. We've got a problem. Miller wants to see a report on the break-in.
What break-in?
The one your San Francisco research facility is supposed to have any day now.
What? What exactly did you tell him? Never mind. I'll take care of it. In fact, it may even help me clean up a related incident. What have you heard from our man inside ARC?
Not much. He has to be careful transmitting. Rucker may be onto him.
Then it's time for him to use the Orchid. Tell him.
Killing Rucker. Are you sure it's a good idea? I mean, it'll certainly make things easier during Phase 2, but...
Are you doubting me, Joseph?
I'm merely concerned that the rest of the council might not like your call. They seem less cohesive these days.
Rucker's death may upset some of them. But at this juncture, Brown is the only person we pay attention to. Once Rucker is dead, I'm positive he's going to make his move. Do it!
End call. Alex, did you get all that?
Hell yeah. Don't tell me this isn't the proof we're looking for, Adam. This is big. Janus needs to hear it.
I want to talk to him this time. Set it up. Let me know where.
I'll see what I can do. Later, man.
Adam, what are you doing in here?
Suppose I could ask you the same thing, Delara.
I'm worried about Vince Black, the head of our organized crime division. I was leaving a message for Director Miller asking if he's heard from him.
Black's still deep undercover inside the Diwali organization, isn't he?
The kind of deep that can be hard to swim back from sometimes, yeah. He's supposed to meet with me once a week so I can bring him back into the shallows, only he never showed for our first meeting.
From what I know of the Diwali, their influence extends outside of the Czech Republic. Maybe he's out of town.
Maybe. Maybe you could find out?
Sure. I think I can do some digging around for you. When was the last time you heard from him?
First and last time was in his office a few days ago. He seemed antsy, kind of nervous that I was there, you know?
Well, then maybe I'll poke around his office a little while I'm here.
Why stop now, right? Well, listen, Adam, Lyon's waiting on my initial batch of reports, and I'm sure Director Miller wouldn't be too pleased to find us standing in his office, so... Unless there's something else, I think this is where I'll check out.
Is there anything in Black's psyche, Val, that leads you to believe he's capable of maybe undermining the task force? Is there a chance he's gone off reservation?
Human beings are predisposed to damaging everything they come into contact with. Of course he's capable. As am I. As are you.
So these evaluations you conduct with him, they're useless in determining a course of action he might take.
I don't have a crystal ball. And Black's last eval predates my arrival here. Nonetheless, it's still helping me understand what he's dealing with on a subconscious level. That he may be in trouble. I wish I had something more concrete for you to go on.
You mentioned Leon is expecting your first batch of reports. You don't answer to Director Miller?
I'm a civilian employee, specializing in habituating deep cover operatives.
You're not an agent. So why did you choose to work with badges?
I started out working for LIM International, helping patients cope with the emotional strain of augmentation. After the incident, I needed to change my focus. Interpol was looking, so I moved my clinic to the public sector.
So you answer directly to Joseph Manderley?
It was Joe's idea to get a psychological clinic up and running inside our field offices. But listen, Adam, I have a small mountain of agent files to process, so if there isn't anything else...
Joe, huh? Sounds like you and Manderley are close.
We're close because I used his first name?
Well, you said you joined TF-29 after the incident. I assume that maybe you and Manderley started together when the task force was launched.
No, I arrived after Joe did. Look, Adam, we should probably get out of here, don't you think?
Yeah, you're probably right. I am curious, though, where Manderley came from exactly. Heard he jumped over quite a few heads to get to the big chair at TF-29. Must have some pretty influential friends pulling strings.
Why the interest in our boss?
I'd just like to know who everyone is.
If Joe had help, I'm sure it was from people who share his vision for what this task force could become. Anyway, listen, I really do think it's best if we get out of Miller's office before he returns, so if you'll excuse me...
Hard look at the Human Restoration Act. I am joined by...
Our Chang was Hex.
The original digital Robin Hood. When he got pinched, the task force made him a deal. Work for us or go to jail. Pretty easy terms for a guy like Chang.
Are you here to talk?
I heard rumors Hex was tied in with the Juggernaut
Adam, what's up? Did you check out Black's office yet?
Not yet, no.
I hope you can find a lead.
I understand, don't worry. There's some that have...
Down is a huge challenge.
I was called to consult with the Palisade Bank last week.
Thanks for taking care of those conspiracy nuts, Jensen. Oh, man, the thought of someone knowing where we are, I mean, I'm supposed to be digging into this Janus hacking collective, but I can't do that if I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next bomb to go off.
Any progress on Janus?
Why? What have you heard?
Don't get jumpy. Just curious.
Janus has officially hacked into my sleep. I wake up trying to figure out who's tracking who. Sometimes I think I'm this close, and then nothing. But I am starting to learn one thing.
And what's that?
The less I talk about how it's going, the better it seems to be going.
How did you get started here exactly?
Miller came to me in prison. Helping him set up a cybercrimes unit was my way out.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure, if you're looking to exchange one set of impenetrable walls for another. At least in prison, I didn't owe anyone anything. Here, yeah, I don't know. They do a good job of reminding me that I have a lot to be grateful for.
You saying they hired you because they knew you wouldn't ask questions?
No. Maybe. Look, I do ask questions. A lot of questions. Just not always out loud.
You were brought in specifically to track down Janus. You ever worked with them in the past?
I'm not one for collective ideals. Chang looks out for Chang. Sometimes our routes ran parallel, ships in the night kind of deal.
Is the collective as big a threat as people say?
People like to romanticize these kinds of hacktivist organizations.
But you don't see it that way.
They're anonymous, powerful, and convinced they have a stranglehold on what's right and wrong. In my opinion, that makes them very dangerous.
Get some sleep, Chang. You sound like you can use it.
Why aren't
It's whoever we're not thinking of.
Never mind.
The bank I used to work at was paranoid about security.
I've managed to track Vince all the way... Hey, good to see you, Jensen. We'll just be a moment.
Hey, it's a good thing you got that signal booster offline.
All the way
Agent
to the
Singh's been a
repertory
long
cinema
time
yesterday
getting in with the gin.
But the
It'd be
camera
a shame to
doesn't
have
show
it
him
blow his
going
cover.
out. There must have been another exit.
Ah, what to say about the Juggernaut Collective that isn't speculation.
Could
A
be
bunch of their
anyone.
members were running operations out of Montreal in 27, resurfacing for a while in 28. You heard of the Rifleman Bank Station? Bell Tower? Anyway, the Collective is a group of hacker activists, or hacktivists.
It's whoever we're
God, I
not
hate that
thinking
word.
of.
Dedicated to the cause of freedom. At least that's what they say, or what their actions appear to say. They fight corruption by exposing hypocrisy and protecting the unprotected.
Art doesn't make sense.
No one
because
knows the
you
real
need
power
somebody
structure
to-
inside of the Collective, but there is one name
have another
that
one.
echoes
On the floor
over the dark
directly
land.
above.
And that name that echoes even louder than Hex, and you can talk to Peter Chang if you don't believe me, that
I don't
name
know.
is Janus.
We could put the name of every
And some say
organization on the
Janus
board and throw
runs
darts at it.
everything, while others think there is no
The
Janus.
amount of data
right
How should I
there.
know?
The most obvious
Dozens of
thing in the
people
world.
walked in during the next hour, but I didn't recognize any
You've heard of
them.
these guys. ARC, or the Augmented
Could be
Rights
anyone,
Coalition. They're a human rights group who, on the surface at least, is trying to provide equal rights for augmented people. It was started by Dr. Talos Rucker, soon after the AUG incident when Rucker started to speak out against the anti-AUG legislation that was being passed by several
Been
local
too
governments.
long.
If you ask me,
Black.
it's not
Could be
working.
anyone,
They
but
seem to be
leave
getting
for him
worse.
by tomorrow.
ARC preaches
I'm going
non-violence,
away.
but a string of
The
terror
value
attacks
in
has put them on the terror watch
Why
list.
aren't we-
So I'll let you be the judge.
Never mind.
Dr.
It's
Talos
whoever we're not
Rucker,
thinking.
former medical doctor and former leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition, now deceased.
That's pretty messed up.
You know the rest. Everything we know about this guy can fit on one
Art
yellow
doesn't
sticky
make
note.
sense
We
because
know
of,
his name,
you know,
Viktor
the
Marchenko,
obvious.
if that's his real name, and nothing else. I mean, we can't find a trace of him anywhere.
Steady, steady, come on.
Joseph the Builder, former member of the Church of the Machine God, now
I don't
deceased.
know.
It seems he
We
was
could
the
put the
main
name of every
architect and designer of
organization
the
on the board
Consciousness
and throw darts
Collector,
at
the
it.
machine the Church of the Machine God
Ask
wanted to
him
use
yourself.
to help them merge with the Singularity. The Church of the Machine God has a leader, but all we know about her at this point is that she's a woman,
whoever
and
we're
they
not
call her
thinking.
Mother. That's creepy, right? I think that's really
In
creepy.
pursuit, but they're losing it.
Here we go, the Church of the Machine God, and to some, the Church of the Machine, without the God. And then again, to others, the Singularity
I don't know.
Church of the Machine God.
We could put the name of every
This group has so many
organization on
names
the
and
board and throw
subgroups,
darts at
it's
it.
hard to keep track.
Come
And believe
on.
it or not, they've been around in one form or another since the early 1970s. There are a lot of contradictory reports on who they are and
Art
what they
doesn't make
want,
sense
but
because
in
of,
general,
you know,
they all want the
the
same
obvious.
thing. They want to merge their consciousnesses and become one with the...